Now I'm sorry because I bring many points to make at least the picture complete. Now I just talked to one of the friends I met here. He left, and I asked him because he happened to live in California, and we just recalled sometimes experiences. And I said, who does tutoring in university mostly? Who does the tutoring in university? Because always university students have tutorials. You know who does the tutoring in universities in the US mostly? Foreign students. Speak broken English. At the second semester in the College of Engineering, you would find foreign students with broken English giving calculus, algebra, geometry, tutoring to Native American students. Why? Because their high school is all advanced. And this girl or this boy come with a 95 out of 100 score, high school GPA. So, for them, first year college algebra 101, is a piece of cake. Because it's made Algebra 101 for high school graduates of the US, which they come from lower level algebra. So they come from advanced algebra. So I bring this point because sometimes we have to look at the trade-off. You're saving money where and paying it where. Now, if you're paying the money at a high school to give them advanced algebra, advanced everything, it's lower cost than letting them to have it in the university level. Because teachers are less expensive, less salaries than professors, right? The whole institutions are different. Now, definitely when we talk about skills, we have not much to deviate from the issue of what a school is for. If you want to do life skills loaded school system, fine. But look afterward where those kids would go, where this degree would take them. If it doesn't take them to universities, then are you doing them any good or not? And this is what we should keep in mind, is the fate of the kids and where they go. One time ago, somebody was just, I was not really still familiar with the Philippine system, and said, well, our graduates from university, from nursing schools, they're not recognized in the US or in Canada. I said, why? How come? If you have a degree in nursing, why you're not a nurse? I said, oh, they don't recognize it because there's this. Then I start to ask questions. I said, oh, now I know. Well, you're a graduate of nursing is not a nurse. It's a mix-up of things. Because you have to look at what these kids have done over what period of time. Well, because they go to a system where the system is only one degree in the nursing school. You enter from high school and you finish with a degree. That's called nursing. So there is no ladderization in between, and the admission requirements is totally different. So if you're doing this and you know what you're doing, let the kids know what you're doing. So they will not be trapped. They will not be trapped. Now, I know there are many examples everywhere where some people say, well, our graduates may not be accepted here, may not be accepted there. It's not because they're sophisticated and complicated kids, the life of the kids. It's just what the kids bring with them to be admitted into university. So you have to make sure of what your high school is all about. Again, to conclude, universities are still traditional. They still expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, better keep your high school within that framework. Don't mix it up. You mix it up, you better know that you're doing it, but for a reason, and you understand why, and you're happy with it. Thank you very much. You want me to stay or you want me to?
For the open forum, Anwar will now answer questions from the floor.
The effect of lunch.
Everything was very clear, so no questions.
Oh my God. That's not good for me. That's not good for me. Yes, Ambassador.
In the EFA Global Monitoring Report that Mon, Watson, and you have summarized, it seems that we really need to reinforce the bridge between our limited high school education to fulfill what you call transferable skill. Because in the survey of Simio Innotech done by Dr. Ethel Valenzuela, our high school now is loaded academically with facts, just knowledge. There's no item on the different aspects of communication, writing, creating projects. So we're just bookish. How are we going to? Other countries have models on transferable skills. And you often cited that Indonesia is a model for attaining the third skill, which is tech-book skill. How has Indonesia done this portion on transferable skill?
Good. Thank you for a good question actually. I'm glad you also mentioned Indonesia because every time when I go to schools I find out things that I said, oh my God, they're doing this. Now let's look at two things here. We have curriculum, we have textbooks, transferred into textbooks, curriculum textbooks. Then you have pedagogy. It's teaching. It's the transfer of knowledge and the learning outcomes. Plus the system. You have to have a framework of system, right? Now, one example which I can cite quickly. How many times, in which grades, for what subjects, kids are asked to prepare reports or to prepare small research paper. That gives them skills. Critical thinking, problem solving, that's transferable skills. Now, how much the system allow the teachers time and capacity that the kids in their given school year through certain subject matters are engaged in research on field studies with reports. I give you an example. I was yesterday when I was coming in, and next to me happened to sit kids coming from private school. I failed to ask them, but I can watch, I'm watching them because they have uniform, they're young kids. And when the plane took off from Singapore, those kids opened their notebooks. And those girls, I see this writing. It's like, what is this, a classroom here? This is a system that includes, other than facts, routing, memorizing, and do exams. So it's a system. Now, the system requires one major, strong, critical component. That is, you know it all. Teachers. qualified teachers.